You can't have one day in America without the police doing something absolutely awful. And so yesterday, while the nation was rightfully focused on the outcome of the Derek Chauvin trial, right around the time that we were all waiting to find out what the verdict was going to be, the police were involved in yet another killing. So Columbus police shot and killed a teenage girl who swung at two other people with a knife Tuesday, according to body cam footage from the officer who fired the shots just minutes before the verdict in George Floyd's killing was read. This is Ma'Khia Bryant. And the footage is out there. We're not going to play the footage. I've reached, at least recently and probably for the rest of my life, my limit on watching people being murdered by the police. It is there though. They almost instantly released the body cam footage. The cops getting a little bit more responsive with that sort of thing. But remember, don't protest. It can't produce anything good, like the cops actually feeling like they should be accountable for the things that they do. And as we said, the shooting happened about 25 minutes before a judge read the verdict convicting former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin of murder and manslaughter in the killing of George Floyd. It also took place less than 5 miles from where the funeral for Andre Hill, who was killed by another Columbus police officer in December, was held earlier this year. The officer in Hill's case, Adam Coy, a 19-year veteran of the force, is now facing trial for murder with the next hearing scheduled for April 28th. So lots of concurrent instances like this going on in America. As I said, we're not gonna show the video, but it shows it's a 10-second clip. They've only released 10 seconds. I don't know what else is in the other footage, but just bear that in mind. We do not have all of the footage. In any event, it begins with the officer getting out of his car at a house where police had been dispatched after someone, we're being told it was Ma'Khia Bryant that did it, called 911 saying they were being physically threatened. The officer takes a few steps towards a group of people in the driveway when the girl, who is black, starts swinging a knife wildly at another girl or woman who falls backward. The officer shouts several times to get down. The officer then fires 4 shots into this teenager's chest. 4 shots. There was nothing else that the police officer could have done except shooting to kill and shooting multiple times to kill to make sure that there was absolutely no chance that this teenager was not killed in this altercation. JR, like I said, it's not one day. The cops every cop in the country is worried about what's gonna happen after the verdict. These cops are out there during this time, ready to pull their gun, ready to fire as many shots as necessary.
That's actually my question. Are all cops on pins and needles? Are they all actually paying attention to what's happening? Are they all looking for what's gonna happen with the verdict and then somehow see some kind of connection to themselves? I'm sure some do, they're humans. But then when you see something like this, it makes you wonder, wait, because it wasn't like he was jumping out angry. He was very calm. I watched it. He was very calm. And so it wasn't like he jumped out in this panic and this rage and was going and just looking to shoot his first person he saw. It was the most calm shooting of a person I've seen. It's just right away. Get down, get down, get down. As if they're all being held hostage and none of them are connected to her. Everybody get out of the way, I'm about to shoot the suspect. So, but the whole deterrent, the crime deterrent thing that we always like to talk about with our justice system, the reason why people believe in the death penalty is because they're like, oh man, if the death penalty was in place, people would think twice before they do something that could carry the death penalty as their sentence. If we believe that, then that means we should believe that maybe convicting, or at least, the conviction of Chauvin in this case, would maybe send some shockwaves to other police officers. Hey, think about what you do before you do it, because there are consequences these days, sometimes. Apparently that message isn't reverberating through police forces across the country, because obviously this is in Ohio, and another thing happened in Minnesota. So I guess that's not close enough. Or maybe the same police department that killed some other person however long ago, and this guy's facing murder. It's just not a nationwide case. Maybe that would shake you. Why does none of this shake them? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, look, obviously, as soon as they release the footage, they feel obviously that they have all the cover necessary. Do whatever you want, shoot her 1,000 times. That's what the cops are gonna feel. Everywhere in the country is gonna agree. Did they have to? Is that the only way? Is that the only thing that you could do? There's no even like, I tried to use my taser, but whoops, I pulled my pistol. No, there was no attempt to use a taser. There's no attempt to tackle, there was nothing like that. It's just always so fast and so easy, and 4 shots to the chest.
There's no what was going on. There's no what's going on, you guys. There's no, hey, what's going on? We're here, we got a call. All this stuff. It's just get down. I think he may have said what's going on once. What's happening? Get down, get down, get down, get down, get down. 4 shots.
There was that I think it was last week. There was that footage. I don't think that we covered it on TDR, but there was the guy who like dragged the cop with his car. Like there are people that they can stop without killing. They do it all the time. Like basically every white terrorist they stop without killing. Like they, in theory, can do it even if there is the risk of something. So in this case, there's the risk of something bad happening. There's a risk of that in many of these cases. Sometimes they can make it happen with a taser or even without even needing to use their less lethal weapons. They can make it happen. In this case, though, it was shoot quickly, shoot multiple times, and that's it.
There's people, some folks that are in support of ending this kind of violence on citizens, always say things like, don't call the cops anymore. In policing, I think Rashida Tlaib said the other day. And people are like, oh, well, you'll see what happens when cops don't show up. This 15-year-old girl called the cops.
Yeah.
So if she listened, to the suggestions that don't call the cops because they're gonna come and kill you, she might be alive. Maybe she would have gotten into a fight with the person she was fighting with, and someone would have been injured badly. Yeah. Right now, someone's dead. The person who called the cops, according to the story, is dead now. So the whole thing about, oh, what if the cops don't show up? You're gonna be sad then. The cops showed up. Who's sad? It happened anyway. So why is it beneficial to the victims, the broad victims of these types of crimes? Why is it beneficial for us to continue to want cops to show up? They're just another fighting force. If you're having a fight with someone and you call the cops, they're just a third member of the fight with lethal force and an itchy finger. So that does not chill out situations. That makes them worse. So no, we don't need cops showing up to domestic violence issues because they don't know how to handle domestic violence issues.
Yeah. I mean, how many people have either they've died or the person they wanted to help died because they brought the cops in? It is very dangerous in America to bring the cops in a lot of cases.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.